Good evening, teacher.
Guys, good evening. Hiba, Hamad, how are you guys?
Evening.
Okay,
Thanks
and
God.
you?
I'm okay, thank you for asking. We have to
Good
wait for
evening.
you. Good evening, Hamad. How are you?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm good, thank you God.
Thank you.
We have to wait for your friends to come. Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 minutes maximum. So let's wait for them.
Good evening.
Guys, good evening.
Good
Good evening.
I hope that everyone is okay. I have to write your names. So we have Zainab,
Okay.
Ghadi.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm only writing your names, Ghadi.
Okay.
Hamad,
Okay.
Hiba, Raed. Yeah, okay.
teacher.
Yes, Hiba.
الدرس الماضي أخدته بس هيدا الدرس كنتوا بس عم تقروه؟
Yeah, only reading.
Okay,
And we have to complete today, Hiba, and you have to read.
okay.
Yeah, okay. So guys, I think we have to complete reading the two passages that we have been trying to read, which were about the flight and the first man on the moon. Okay, let me share my screen because now it's enough. You cannot wait for your friends just to come for a long period of time. Okay, so let me share the screen and let's complete. I know, guys, that I promised you to upload the videos to the channel. I couldn't this week, but absolutely I can at the end of this week just to upload the two lessons. So please forgive me. Okay, let me open the book and let's complete. So this is level 2. I think someone is coming. No, no one. Okay. Yes, someone is coming. Tagreed is coming. Let me write her name. Okay, so let me share the screen and let's complete. Okay. I think, guys, we have started reading these two passages that I told you that the first passage is about the flight and the second one is about the first man on the moon. I think Dana is coming. Absolutely, I have to write her name. Okay. I remember, guys, that Raed, Tagreed, Hiba didn't read. Absolutely, they have to read because, as I told you guys, I'm grading you in the class. Okay. Raed, can you hear me? Let me make a little zoom in.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, please, I'm Raed, you have to read. Okay, let me make a little zoom in. I think Jamila is coming. Let me write her name. Okay, can you please start reading the first text, Raed?
Okay.
Evening, teacher.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, God. Okay, so if you're ready, Amrad, please start reading.
Okay. On July
Mhm.
25, 1909,
Okay.
a Frenchman, Louis Blériot, became the first man to complete an air journey when he flew from Calais in the north of France, to Dover in the south of England. Blériot's flight amazed the whole of Europe.
Mhm.
People thought that such a journey was impossible. The flight wasn't easy. Mr. Blériot is a 37-year-old engineer, couldn't swim, so he didn't want to come down in the channel. He couldn't walk very well because of an injury,
Mhm.
uh, an
Injury.
injury to his
Injury.
leg, and he
Mhm.
didn't have a compass. On the morning of the 25th, uh, he took off at 4:30 from a field at the edge of a cliff.
Mhm.
It took 37 minutes to complete the 22-mile journey. The plane flew at 40 miles per hour at an uh, altitude
Altitude. Yes.
200 of 250 feet. Everything went well until he flew into fog. I continued flying for 10 minutes, but I couldn't see the land, only the sky and the sea. It was the most dangerous part of the flight. I wasn't worried about the machine. It flew beautifully. Finally, I saw the land. He told uh, reporters landing in England. When he got to Dover, he saw a French journalist waving a flag. He cut the engine at 60 feet and crashed into a field.
Mhm.
The news quickly went round the world, and Mr. Blériot's flight was celebrated in London and Paris. He won a prize of £1,000. The crossing was the start of modern aviation, said Louis Blériot, the grandson of the pioneer.
Okay, thank you so much, Amrad. You have a good reading skill. Okay, can you read this word again, please, Amrad?
Journey,
Exactly. And this word,
amazed.
okay. Guys, you're still saying the E sound if the verb is in the simple past. Please, Amrad, the E sound should not be pronounced. You have to say amazed. Okay? So
Okay,
exactly. It is amazed, but not amazed. Okay, can you read this word?
okay, amazed.
Exactly. This word is
Injury,
injury. Exactly. And this date is
25th.
25th.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, because 25, guys, is the cardinal number, but 25th is the ordinal number. So please, this is ordinal, not cardinal. So you have to say 25th. Okay, Raed?
Okay, okay.
Can you read it again, please?
25th.
Exactly. Okay. And what about this word again?
Crushed.
Yes, crash. Thank you so much. I'm right. Again, you have a good reading skill. تغريد, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Please, I need you to read the second text, which about the first man on the moon. Can you see the text?
Now I see it.
Okay. So, if you see it, please start reading.
Okay. On 16 July 1969 at 9:30 in the morning, Apollo 11 lifted off from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. There were three astronauts, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. The enormous rocket took 3 days to complete the 250,000 miles to the moon, traveling at 6 miles per second, 21,060 miles an hour. Then it circled the moon 30 times, giving time to prepare for the landing. The lunar landing. The lunar module landed on a part of the moon called the Sea of Tranquility at 8:17 in the evening on 20 July. It was time for the astronauts to rest, but they were too excited to sleep. At 3 in the morning on July 21, Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon. 600 million people all over the world watched on TV as Armstrong took his first steps. He said the famous words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Walking on the moon, Armstrong and Aldrin spent 2.5 hours walking on the moon. They collected samples and set up scientific equipment. Finally, they put up a US flag. After 22 hours on the moon, the lunar module lifted off and flew up to join the rocket. Then that took them back to Earth. They left an inscription. Here, man from the planet Earth first set foot upon the moon. July 1969 became in peace for all mankind. The flight was the beginning of man's exploration of space.
Amazing. Thank you so much. تغريد, you have a good reading skill. Okay. Can you read this word again? تغريد. Can you say it again? Because
Enormous.
Enormous. Amazing. And what about this number?
21,060. 100.
600?
600.
600. Amazing. Okay. What about this word?
Tranquility.
Yes. And this date is
20 July.
okay, guys, you still saying 20. 20 July, guys, is a cardinal number. And I told you that if you want to use numbers with dates, you have to say the 20th of July or July the 20th. Okay, تغريد.
Okay.
Again,
Okay.
you still have, guys, that problem of saying the date correctly. If you want to say the date, you have to use ordinal numbers, not cardinal. So absolutely, if I want to read this date, I have to say the 20th of July. I cannot say 20 July, it is wrong. That is it. Thank you so much, Abdagrid. I have to confess that you are a good reader. Hiba, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, I think you are the last one. So, can you read the first text, please?
Okay. Only July 25, 1909, a Frenchman, Louis Albert Lertlot, became the first man to complete an air journey when he flew from Calais in the north of France to Dover in the south of England. France,
It is what?
France,
France, exactly. Or France it
French.
is, but not with sh, because
Okay,
French is Faransi, so it is not French, but
French,
France.
France to
Mhm.
Dover in the south of England. Lertrot's flight amazed the whole of Europe. People thought that such a journey was impossible.
Mhm.
The flight wasn't easy. Mr. Blériot, a 37-year-old engineer, couldn't swim, so he didn't want to come down in the channel. He couldn't walk very well because of an injury to his leg, and he didn't have compass. On the morning of the 25th, he took off at 4:30 from a field at the edge of a cliff. It took 37 minutes to complete the 22-mile journey. The plane flew at 40 miles. Plane,
Plane, exactly. It is not.
plane,
Mhm.
plane flew at 40 miles per hour at an miles.
It's mile. جايز لاحظوا أحيانا أنه تغيير بسيط بالساوند بيؤدي لاختلاف المعنى. يعني هبة إذا بدك تقرأي هيدي الوورد عن جديد كيف بتقرأيها؟
failed,
failed. أوكي جايز إذا بدي أقول failed تعني فشل. This is fail يفشل. بينما failed فشل. So it is not failed, this is failed.
failed,
ونفس الشيء بالبلان. بلان من دون إي تعني خطة، بس أكيد مع إي
plane,
المفروض الفوز بلاي. and meal تعني وجبة. اللي عم بيقول meal guys meal تعني وجبة، وأكيد في فرق كبير بين meal كوجبة ومايل. فجايز أكيد لازم ننتبه لأنه أحيانا خطأ بسيط بالبرونسيشن بيؤدي لإساءة الفهم، وبالأخص إذا كنا عم نحكي مع شخص لغته الإنجليزية مش الأم. أوكي you can
okay.
complete
Mile per hour at an altitude of
altitude.
altitude
Uh-huh.
of 250 feet. Everything went well until he flew into fog. I continued flying for 10 minutes, but I couldn't see the land, only the sky and the sea. I was the most dangerous part of the flight. I wasn't worried about the machine. It flew beautifully. Finally, I saw the uh, finally
Finally.
finally finally I saw the land, he told reporters. Landing in England. When he got to Dover, he saw a French journalist waving a flag. He cut the engine at 60 feet and crashed into a field. Crashed,
Crashed without the sound. E,
crashed.
exactly.
The news quickly went round the world, and Mr. Biliartos Fields was celebrated in London and Paris celebrated celebrated. In London and Paris, he won a bid of 1,000
1000 what?
euros. لا, pounds.
This is euro,
Pounds.
guys. Yeah, this is
Okay, pounds.
exactly.
The crashing was the start of modern aviation.
Aviation.
Say Louis Aviation. Say Louis Elliot, the grandson of the pioneer.
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 Okay, thank you so much هبة, you are a good reader. طبعا guys, يمكن هتسألوني ليش أنا مش عم أصلح النيمز، لفظ النيمز. النيمز guys ما إلى رول، فأكيد كل العالم تخطئ بلفظ الأسماء بسبب اختلاف الثقافات. فالاسم حتى النيتيف سبيكرز أحيانا بيخطئوا بلفظ الاسم أو اسم مكان. So, because we don't have a rule. Okay. Can you read this word again, Hiba?
Friends.
Exactly. This word is
Wall.
it's whole.
Whole.
Wall, this is wall. Wall تعني جدار.
Whole.
So this is whole. Can you read this word?
Compass.
Compass, exactly. What about this word?
Injury.
Yes, and this word is
Field.
field. Thank you so much. What about this word?
Meal.
No,
Meal.
meal is wrong. So I have to say
Male.
mile.
Mile.
Yes, and this word is
Aya.
this word.
Okay. Engine.
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 Engine تعني محرك. And this word is
Plane.
plane. Thank you. What about this word?
Prize.
Prize. Thank you. Prize تعني جائزة. What about this word?
Celebrated.
Celebrated. Exactly. Celebrated احتفل. So this is it, guys. The meaning of altitude is ارتفاع. So this is it. Thank you so much, Hiba. Thank you, guys. You notice, guys, that the texts on level 2 are becoming a little harder. So please, you have to be careful. Okay, now it is the time to solve the following questions. Let me open the book twice just to be able to read the text and to give me the answer. So let me.
أنا ما جربت أقرأ.
Who is that?
غدي ما
Ghadi. Okay, let me write your name. Wait. Yeah, if you didn't read, absolutely you have to. Okay, let me make it full screen again. And I need you ready to read the second passage, please, which is about the first man on the moon.
بلش أقرأ.
Please.
Only 16 July 1969 at 9:30 in the morning, Apollo 11 lifted off from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. There were three astronauts, Neil Armstrong,
Neil Armstrong,
Buzz Aldrin, and Michelle Collins. The
Mhm.
the enormous rocket
Mhm.
took the 3 days to complete the 250,000 miles to the moon, traveling at 6 miles per second, uh, 21,600 mile an hour. Then it circled the moon 13 times, giving time to prepare for the landing.
Okay, can you complete? Ghadi, please.
Yes. The lunar landing, the lunar model landed on the part of the moon called the Sea of Frankel at 8:17 in the evening on 20 July. It was time for the Armstrong uh, to rest, but they were to existed to sleep at 30 in the morning on July 21. Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon. 600 million people on all over the world watched on TV as Armstrong took his first step. He said that the uh, famous word that famous work that's on small step for man, one gained leap for mankind walking on the moon. Armstrong and Aldrin spent 2.5 hours walking at the moon. They collect sample and set up scientific equipment. Finally, they put up a U.S. flag at 22 hours on the moon. Uh, the Lion model lifted off and flew up to join to rocket that took them back to Earth. They left inscription. Her remain from the planet Earth first set foot up on the moon, July 1969. We come in space for all making men. Uh, the flight was the beginning of man's exploration of space.
Okay, thank you so much, Ghadi. Guys, again, sometimes maybe you face a word, this word you cannot maybe read, or it is little long. دائما guys لما يكون عنا word هيدي الword صعب انه نقرأها، لازم نقسم الword لsyllables. syllables تعني مقطع لفظي. فلاحظوا guys عندي man كone word وkind. So kind as one word and man as one word. So I have to say man alone, kind alone. Then I have to say them as one word. It is mankind. Okay, Ghadi?
Okay.
Okay, so can you please read this word?
The
Okay, guys, the, it is in the Arabic culture. It is the. Okay, Ghadi?
yeah the
اوكي طبعا غادي انا حافهمك لما تقول زه لانه ثقافتنا وحده وعايشين ببلد واحد. بس اكيد اذا بدك تحكي مع شخص من استراليا او من كندا اكيد الثقافات لانه مختلفه مش حيفهم عليك لما تقول زه. فجايز لازم نلفظ الوورد اكيد مثل ما هي مكتوبه، فلازم اقول ذا. اوكي غادي.
okay
So
the
I have here I have to say what?
there
Exactly. What about this name?
ميشيل.
اوكي جايز، برجع بقول ميشيل بثقافتنا، بس بثقافة الغرب ما في ميشيل، عنا مايكل.
Okay.
And this word is
Days.
days. اوكي، لاحظت غدي
Second.
انه ويت، خلال الريدنج اس الجمع انت مش عم تلفظها. طبعا اس الجمع كتير مهم انه نلفظها جايز. اذا ما لفظنا اس الجمع المستمع حيفكر انه نحن عم نستخدم السنجولر، فأكيد أي اس بنهاية الوورد المفروض أنه تلفظ بوضوح. بعرف أنه باللغة الفرنسية أحيانا في نهايات حروف لا تلفظ، بس أكيد جايز كل لغة إلها رولز بتخصها. Please don't mix between languages. Can you read this word?
Second.
Okay, this is K غدي. Second.
Yes, second.
Exactly. What about this word?
Circular.
اوكي، انا جايز عم لاحظ انه بعد عم نعاني من مشكله الاي ساوند، فالمفروض جايز انه خصص وقت منيح لحتى نعمل براكتس على الاي ساوند. اوكي جايز، البرونسيشن كتير مهم بالانجلش، واكيد في فرق كبير انا لما اقول circled، واكيد في فرق لما اقول circled. اوكي، let's practice the endings of some verbs, especially if we have S and ED. طبعا guys S أكيد هي بالsimple present، ED is in the simple past. هيدي المشكلة guys بيعانوا منها من تقريبا 90% من الطلاب، مش ما بيقدروا يلفظوا نهايات الحروف، بالأخص إذا كانت ED or maybe S. So now, what if I have any verb ends with ed, like circled, and what if the verb ends with s? What shall I do? Okay, now guys, listen carefully because this lesson is really important to you. So we have two endings. The first ending is s, and the second ending is ed. Okay, let's discuss the first ending. اوكي جايز، لاحظوا عندي ثلاثة أفعال، وبثلاثة أفعال بينتهوا بالاي دي، بس كل فعل له نهاية تختلف عن الفعل الثاني. اوكي، خليني أقرأ الأفعال ونلاحظ جايز كيف في اختلاف بالاندنجز إذا كان عندي اي دي. Notice here guys I have to say missed. أنا ببساطة أول شيء حذفت الإي ساوند واستبدلت الدي بتي. So missed. هاي أول verb. Verb 2 is played. كمان رجعنا حذفنا الإي ساوند ولفظنا فقط الدي. The third verb is wanted. أما بالverb 3 لفظت الإي ساوند ولفظت الدي ساوند. طب ليه؟ يعني أول فعل أنا حذفت الإي واستبدلت الدي بتي، وليش الفعل نمبر 2 حذفت الإي وحافظت على الدي ساوند، أما الفعل نمبر 3 حافظت على الإي ساوند وعلى الدي ساوند. Please guys again listen carefully because I will not repeat this lesson twice. Now let's listen to rule number 1. Rule number 1 is saying if any sound, if any verb, any word, this word ends with T or maybe D, you have to pronounce the ED. Let's take this example. Notice I have want in the simple present, and in the simple past it becomes wanted. So I said wanted because the verb ends with T. And any verb ends with T, if you want to add ED, you have to pronounce the E sound with D sound. So want, wanted. Chat, chatted. Again, notice the verb ends with T. Because of that, I pronounced the E sound with D sound. The third verb is repeat. Repeat in the simple present. In the past, it becomes repeated. Again, I said the E sound because the verb ends with what? With T. Now the next verbs we have need in the simple present. In the past it becomes needed. Again, I said needed. I pronounce the E sound with D sound because the verb ends with D. This is it. The next verb we have attend. In the past it becomes attended. Again, I pronounced E with D because the verb ends with D. Finally, we have recede. Recede, the verb ends with D. So I have to say receded because the verb ends with D sound. Is rule number 1 clear, guys?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Dana, can you read the words, please?
Yes. Wanted, chatted, repeated, needed, attended, receded.
Amazing. Thank you. Zainab, can you read the word, please? All the words.
Wanted, chatted, repeated, needed, attended, receded.
Amazing. Thank you. What about you, Ghadi?
Yes. Wanted, chatted, repeated, needed, attended, receded.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Please, Hamad, if you can hear us,
Yes, I can.
please.
Wanted, chatted, repeated, needed, attended, receded.
Amazing. Thank you. Please, Hiba, can you read them?
Yes. Wanted, chatted, repeated, needed, attended, receded.
Amazing. Thank you. What about you, Raed?
Wanted, chatted, repeated, needed, attended, receded.
Okay, thank you so much. Please, Tagreed.
Yes. Wanted, chatted, repeated, needed, attended, receded.
Thank you so much. Please, Jamila.
Yes, teacher. Wanted, needed, chatted, attended, repeated, receded.
That's amazing. Thank you. Please, finally, Nahil.
Wanted, chatted, repeated, needed, attended, receded.
Okay, that's amazing. So please, guys, do not forget rule number 1. Any word ends with T sound, D sound, the E with D shall be pronounced. Now, let's listen to rule number 2. Rule number 2 is saying any word, this word ends with voiceless sound. The meaning of voiceless لا صوتي, لا يحوي على صوت. It is silent or voiceless. Okay. Besides T, okay, now I have to pronounce it as T. The D should be replaced with T, and I don't pronounce the E sound at all. Let me give you an example. Notice I have mess. Mess, I have to say missed. So I deleted the E with D. Let me tell you why. Because the S is voiceless, not voiced. So any word ends with voiceless sounds, okay, I have to delete the E sound and I have to replace the D with T. طبعا guys الاس هو voiceless يعني ما عندي صوت. لما اقول voiceless guys يعني الحنجرة لا تتحرك. اذا بنجرب بنقول اس بنلاحظ الحنجرة ما في، نحن بنسميها vibration يلي هي الارتجاج، واكيد الارتجاج بصير بالحنجرة، وفقط الحنجرة بتلفظ الحروف الصوتية فقط. I mean voiced. So S is voiceless. فمعناها
مستر
أي
سوري قطعتك، بس في حروف محددة هن voiceless.